Hey everybody, welcome back to another LEGO City update. The other day I was shifting around modular buildings and changing up the canal. I added this really cool angle to the canal. I was feeling it. And then I was like thinking about this bridge. It's like, yeah, I need to build another car bridge to go over top of the canal. And it's like, you know what? I've got a car bridge right there. Plus like a citizen bridge, another pedestrian bridge or whatever you want to call it. Also a train bridge. It's like there's so many bridges right there. Why do I need to add another bridge right there? I definitely don't. And I think by removing this road and also the spot where the bridge is going to go and the other half the bridge is going to go and another road, I'm going to free up a bunch of space for more modular buildings. And in the end, I think it's going to look a lot better than it looks now. I placed the Spring Lantern Festival and the hospital and the university and all these buildings here. I like the look of it, but I think it can be better. So today I'm going to be removing those roads and removing those placeholders for the bridge, and I'm going to reshuffle these blocks yet again and come up with a new idea that scraps the bridge idea, which I think is for the better. Here we go, it's LEGO City Tetris yet again. Gonna remove the road plates and also swap the position of some of them because I can recycle the T that used to be by the construction site there and put it over by the hotel. Gonna remove some of the other road plates in front of the Disney costume shop, and I also extracted the raised platform covering from that, and then I removed the Spring Lantern Festival and also the university, and now it's just time to cycle things around and try and come up with a new layout. Let's also get rid of the gas station and try and find a new home for the hospital. After giving it some thought, I decided to swap the positions of the brick bank and the hospital. Keep in mind, everything can change and none of the details have really been added here yet. I thought beside the brick bank, it would be a good position for the fire brigade, and then I also moved some of the other rebrickable models and some of the custom stuff, sort of grouping them together. I have this ginormous police station as well, and also its counterparts. I thought maybe that would look cool beside the fire brigade because it may have fire and police together. Trying to find a home for the Spring Lantern Festival and some of the other green spaces. They're quite short, so sometimes it's hard to find a home for them amongst this downtown because everything is so tall. So I've got a bunch of white space there open on the backside up against the canal. I'm trying to think, what am I gonna put here? How am I gonna organize this? Where's the green space gonna go? So I pull that police station out of there yet again, also the Spring Lantern Festival, and then I go grab a couple more half baseplate modules from the Diagon Alley Street. And then I put the Spring Lantern Festival back again, fill in some of the open space with base plates, and just think to myself, what am I gonna do here? How am I gonna make this work? How am I gonna make it presentable? That's the fun thing about the LEGO City, right? You always move things around. Move the construction site back, bring the police station out again. I'm gonna tell you, in the end, the police station doesn't stay here. It's quite a tall building, so I do like having it in the back blocks there with some of the other tall buildings, such as the Daily Bugle and the Avengers Tower. So I get rid of that, and then I cycle some other stuff around, fill in some areas with some green and dark gray base plates, and try and create a park space. After a bunch of shifting around, I'm pretty happy with this layout. I think it looks good. I love that angle in the canal. The groupings of the buildings I think is working a lot better as well. I just need to go around and fix everything up and add a bunch of detail. Like, of course, that's the final stage of everything, detail. Just a quick note here on the canal. While I was editing, I noticed that there's some hard right angles here. I'm going to be changing this, so I'm going to create another angle on the opposite side where I have that open half base plate, and it's going to match up with that angle plate that I built the other day. So I'm for sure going to be changing this. Just keep that in mind as we go over the LEGO City. I really like this angle right here with this new layout because we've got some low ground in here eventually, which will all be merged into a park. But I think that just provides some really nice visibility from this perspective here. You can see that construction site, the gas station, the Spring Lantern Festival, the Disney costume shop, some of the canal as well, and all of the other buildings along that canal, such as the detective's office and the Natural History Museum. So I think once I turn all of these into a cohesive green space, it'll look really good. And then I've got an additional plate over here so I can expand the construction site or eventually fill this in with another modular building. For now, I've decided just to place this little tree plate that I had from the old LEGO City in there. It's 2 half base plates, and it's got the pathway that was built using the quarter round tiles actually integrated right into the mills plate. And then we have another half base plate right here where I've decided to place this large crane that can sort of match up with the construction site. But I sort of like this layout because once again, it's sort of short here. So you can see all of those buildings, even when you peer through right there, you can see that base plate and a half jazz club, the university, and just the top of the hotel as well, along with some medieval castles. I put the hospital over here and I think it matches the height of this building better. Now this building here is actually pending an interior. This is one that I've built using a Lego City Downtown set. This side has an interior, but this side does not, and I need to add some minifigures to this bridge here. I love the view of the canal here. I think this is pretty neat. And I've actually grouped together some custom buildings and also rebrickable models. For example, there's 2 rebrickable models. Then we have my custom downtown building. Then we have José's Bakery, my custom Creator 3-in-1 remodel on the end of the street there. Also a flower shop, the custom hospital, H for hospital, not hotel. And then there's the rebrickable model of the university right there, which looks like it actually needs to be repaired a little bit. Looks like there's some damage by that doorway here. But in my town, there's actually a hospital right beside the university. In fact, it's the University of Alberta Hospital. So I think that makes sense to have the university by the hospital. And I don't really like the backside of the hospital. I don't think it looks that good. It looks better like from the front side. So I've sort of concealed that with other buildings. So I think that's actually a pretty good spot for the hospital and the university. I actually like the fact that the construction site is not up against a tall building, because now you can look inside and see all the activity in there. It's pretty cool. Whereas if you have it up against or behind a large building, you can't see inside of it. So I don't mind having that one sort of standing on its own. Now, I could eventually fill in all of this open space with more buildings rather than a large green space. But once again, I like that low feel that this has. So I think the green space might actually be the way to go. And then this building here, this 1.5 base plate Spring Lantern Festival, maybe it'll turn. That actually might be better. If I turn it like that and have it end here and then integrate that into the green space. That's the thing, everybody. There's unlimited possibilities for this Lego City layout. I'm always shifting things around and coming up with new ideas, but I think that might actually be for the better. Then we can build a little entrance for this building and have a sidewalk connect to the canal sidewalk and turn this into one big green space. So now it's all consolidated in one big line. I think that actually makes sense. In regards to this road, I'm going to build like a curve. So it's almost like a turnaround. So vehicles can pull into the gas station. I think that makes more sense than having a straight leading nowhere. But boy, am I ever glad that I didn't go around and like fix all the road plates from the changes that I made yesterday, because I'd be changing them all again. Now I need a curve there, and that's about it. I also need to reconnect the bicycle lane, so that makes sense. I need to move the fire brigade pole in because it doesn't make sense in front of the brick bank there. But other than that, most of the roads are good to go. I need to build these park plates, and I also need to fix up this right there. So rather than a road, that's just going to be a walkway, and then there'll be some sort of pedestrian bridge going over top of the canal. I think that is just perfect. What's going on here, though? My train lost its wheels. Maybe it hit this disconnected track here. I still need to fix all this up as well. So I actually started this beautiful Sunday off at a breakfast restaurant with the brick building biker. After that, we headed here. We just sort of hung out, did some part sorting, did some 3D printing, just chit-chatted, talked about Lego, talked about life, talked about the Lego City, and just whatever, just hung out. And now it's 1:30, and it turns out my father-in-law is coming here as well to come check out the place. So we're gonna do more of that chit-chatting and stuff. So I think for today, I'm just going to concentrate on, well, for the remainder of the day, I'm just gonna concentrate on cleaning this place up, because it's been a while since I've done like a full cleanup. Gotta put everything away and sort of get organized and just maybe do some part sorting and get ready for this week, I think. It's a Sunday, right? Yeah. And who knows, maybe I'll change that Lego City even more than I already have. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna think about that while cleaning up. So after cleaning up, I decided to come home. Benny, were you brushing your hair there, buddy? Good job. Looking like a handsome devil. Maybe not a devil, hey? Oh yes, hello. Hello. So So I came home because I actually brought my entire backlog home. It looks like Mrs. Bricksie's already building some of it. And as I hang out with the family here, I'm going to continue building some of it. How does that sound, Ben? Sound good? Can I have a boop? Thank you. Thank you. Hey, what is that thing? What's that fuzzy thing, hey? Check out Carl from Up. It's awesome. He's got his big bushy eyebrows, the glasses, the grape soda piece right there. That's printed, of course, just like everything in Brickheads. And then he also has his tennis ball cane. That's great. There's my little home backlog behind me after finishing up the construction of a couple Brickhead sets. We just hung outside, went for a walk and all that. That wraps up my Sunday. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.